Hello. Everybody wants to get back to a time of decency, a time of truth, a time of getting done with this partisan divide. So it's time we had a new word. Unfortunately, frankly, I thought we had enough words before. But when you see something going and going and going, you have to know what to call it. Fake news became popular 4 years ago, and that was good enough for its time, but now we need a new word. And what it is we're going to take bushwhacking. Bushwhacking was something that was a derogatory term in the West. You bushwhacker. Well, a bushwhacker is the kind of person who'd shoot you in the back, the kind of person who'd lay in wait because he knows you're going to walk by, and when you walk by, they're going to shoot you. A bushwhacker, actually the concept of bushwhacking made the first American snipers, and even in every war, hesitant about the idea of being a sniper, because that's kind of bushwhacking, isn't it? It's the kind of thing that guerrilla warfare does, where you take a small amount of people and you need to maximize their effectiveness so you don't have a big head-to-head battle on the battlefield. You know, they used to say battle had honor and glory. You don't do that. You stand behind a rock, and when somebody walks by, you jump up from the rock and shoot them. That's bushwhacking. We have the same thing being done with the news media. So I'm going to call it newswhacking. Newswhack. Don't be a newswhacker. What happens is, with a newswhack, is we get a dubious source, or maybe even an esteemed person that requires us to trust them. And then they do a story based on no evidence that we can see, evidence that they say they have. They won't tell us how they got it, where it came from. They won't show us the facts. And we're going to make a news story out of it. What were some newswhack stories we've seen? Russia collusion. See, one of the things about newswhackers is they'll use parts of the government that have something to say but can't say it themselves, so they'll start and be a newswhacker. We have to stop responding to the newswhacking. So when somebody says to the president about this tax return that was released by the New York Times, the president should be able to say, I'm not going to reply to that because that was a newswhack. The Atlantic Monthly had a horrible newswhack that nobody should stand behind. But just because one paper publishes something, no matter how dubious the sources, no matter how you discredit it, see, what a newswhack does is it has to force us to prove a negative. That's not the right paperwork he's dealing with. How do you prove a negative? One of the old tricks from years ago, I remember, is if you wanted to discredit somebody who's really a good, nice person, call good evil. What you do is you say, hey, did you beat that human trafficking charge against you? And if they say, no, wait. Yes, no, hey, there is no human trafficking charge against me. What you want to do now is you can say, you're being a newswhacker. That's a newswhack. Bushwhack, newswhack, that's what this is all about. We shouldn't be talking about the president's taxes based on a New York Times article 2 days before a debate, trying to trip the guy up. It's wrong. Newswhacking, wrong. Bad. Don't be a newswhacker. I would think that if we could lay out the principles of a newswhack, it should be the basis for a libel suit. It's that bad. A news source says an article. B, other news sources report on the article. D, a political campaign will ride their reporting to call something a fact that is fiction. When it's a coordinated effort, it is the worst kind of newswhack. It should be this type of stuff should be considered in the libel laws. I was just reporting what they said. Really, it wasn't a coordinated newswhack? How come the vice president had a commercial ready in the bank and delivered 20 minutes after the article was reported? Okay, maybe it wasn't exactly that, but too quick. Between the Atlantic article and the New York Times article, look at how quickly the Biden campaign commercials came out, or maybe some friend of those campaign commercials, how quickly the campaign commercials came out after the whack. That is a coordinated effort. It is evidence of. How's that? I'm sorry. I'm saying it's anecdotal evidence of a coordinated effort. Sometimes nobody wants us to deal with anecdotal evidence. Is it raining out? I don't know. Go outside and look up. That's anecdotal evidence. What do the scientists say? Look at my other hashtags here. I've been talking about this in a soft way, and I've been telling people we have to be sharper. We have to be sharper because the people who are fighting against truth and doing things the right way, they're winning. The fact that we're still talking about this stupid article that proved one thing. Donald Trump overpaid his taxes one year by $79.2 million. That's why he got a refund. I didn't hear that mentioned in today's news. It's a Newswack. Don't pay any attention to it. Follow me, and probably within a few hours, you'll have merchandise that you can buy to show that you're against this topic. I really hope using this, and I'll be an expert witness because I've been watching it and I've been seeing it happen and finding how the things come. I really hope this is the basis of a lawsuit. It's wrong. It's too darn predictable because it happens over and over and over again. That means it's a strategy, and it's coordinated because of all the different players that jump in and work together to get this falsehood narrative pushed forth. Newswack, follow me. We'll keep you updated. Thank you.